All right, so what's your secret to surviving Dancing with the Stars?
Just working hard every week. Obviously, going into the quarterfinals is not something that probably anyone, including myself, ever expected. But part of it is showing people out there that someone who has no background in this, has no experience, and isn't naturally gifted at this is willing to go out there and work hard and try to get better every week.
What has this experience taught you?
It's actually taught me a lot about focus and discipline and commitment, and it's added a ton of confidence that I didn't realize that I needed or had, because you're going out there and doing something that's completely different in terms of putting your physical self out there, which is something completely different than I've ever done before.
And so who has been your favorite co-star?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know that I've had a favorite. The thing about the cast is it's really diverse. And so you're meeting people from different backgrounds, whether it's sports, actors, musicians, TV personalities, and each one of them is bringing something very unique to the cast. And for different reasons, it's neat to get to know each one of them.
And of course, you were part of, the White House at one point.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the current impeachment proceedings?
I think right now it's clearly a political exercise. Pelosi and the Democrats in the House had to do something to make sure that the left in their party knew that they were committed to doing something, which is outing Trump. But I think this is going to, if it does go through a vote in the House, it's going to get stopped in the Senate. And so we all know what this is. It's truly a political exercise to appease the base heading into the next election cycle.
And do you think Trump will be impeached?
No. Well, I think the House may do something, but will he be removed? Absolutely not. No, there's no interest in the Senate at all. So whether Pelosi can muster the votes or not is to be seen. But there's no way that it's going anywhere in the Senate.
Okay, and do you ever feel like you sacrificed anything important to be the press secretary for the president?
Sure. I mean, in some ways, there's always a sacrifice in terms of putting yourself out there for any person that you're speaking on behalf of, because sometimes people attribute everything that principal or that person believes in and ascribes it to you. Your job as the spokesman, as the press secretary in this particular case, is to speak for that person. And so in a lot of cases you agree with what they're doing, in some cases you don't. But that's my experience throughout all of my career.
And so you became this household name,
Yeah.
You were the press secretary, and you're so prominent in pop culture. Our producer is a huge fan of yours. She wanted to ask this question. How do you feel about Melissa McCarthy?
First, I think she is a very talented actor, but for me, it was sort of a mixed bag. I thought it was funny. It was, in some cases, well-deserved. And then in some cases, it went over the top. But it was hard for me, to your question, to recognize that I was part of this pop culture phenomenon, but also I knew it was detrimental career-wise.
And you're here today. It's your first time in Erie.
Yeah.
What made you want to come down and be part of the Global Summit?
Steve Scully from C-SPAN has been just a great journalist and someone that I admire tremendously, and he's obviously very instrumental in this and asked me to be part of it, and I would do anything for him.
Okay, anything else you want to add that we didn't ask you?
No, but thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.